Are you me? What the fuck? What the fuck?
We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here. Welcome back to Changeling. We are here with William. Getting pissed off because I'm stuck here. William turned toward me suddenly, his expression serious. I looked up at him curiously. Maybe I can help in a different way. What way? I could I can check your thoughts, see if I can find those memories you've lost. You could do that? You mean using telepathy? He nodded. It's not the same as using psychometry. Since we'd be looking through your real memories, and I'm much more adept with telepathy, so I promise it's safe. I wasn't worried about that at all. If you don't want to, I understand. But what does it do? What does it entail? Are you sure it'll work? I trust you. Let's do it. I trust you. Let's do it. I'm not even gonna question him. Just like that? Is there anything else? I just wish you'd ask how it works. I figured you'd explain it before we started, but if you were thinking I'd be worried about it, I'm not. Like I said, I trust you. I was legit gonna ask though. But I decided to just go with the trust. And he smiled slightly. I'm glad. So, in this case, I'm going to try to act as a guide through your own memories. Normally, you can't see the contents of your mind the way I can. For me, it's like a roadmap with different trails leading different thoughts and memories and emotions. But you're so used to hearing all those internal voices at once that you can't see the path clearly the way I can. So that's my function. To let you see your mind as if you're looking at it from outside the way I do. So the one who's going to locate the lost memories is me. You know your mind better than anyone else. If I try to look myself, I'd have to wander around hoping to find the right trail. When you can see it from the outside, you should be able to tell exactly where to go. But what about the memory seal? That seems to only affect your memories of the fairy hill. We'd be able to see and undo that too, but even if we can't, the memories of disappearances and sleepwalking don't seem to actually be sealed. They're just not immediately accessible. As long as we find them in the first place, you should be able to remember them normally after that. Okay, let's do this. If I'm going to be stuck here for the next few days, I might as well make progress on at least one from where I'm here. What? At one front, sorry. If you want to stop at any point, just say so. My arm cramped up. It's okay if you don't like it or if it's overwhelming. It's okay to say no. Got it. He took a breath and set trembling hands at the side of my head. Our eyes met briefly and I set my hand over his. Thank you for helping me with this, for just being here. I mean, I know you can't leave, so you have to be here, but He smiled slightly. I know what you mean. He exhaled slowly and closed his eyes. He studied his face for a moment. His eyes were half obscured by his shaggy hair, as always, but he had such a gentle look on his face. Man, he has such a great complexion. His lips trembled slightly and color crept to his cheeks. I realized he'd probably heard that. Embarrassed, I quickly closed my eyes and tried to focus on something other than his hands against my face or the faint feeling of his breath. I wasn't entirely sure what to expect with this, and then I was alone. What the fuck? There was a black expanse before me and only emptiness on all sides. I couldn't feel anything, not my feet against the floor, not my back, nor my back against the sofa, nor William's hand against my face. Hello? This wasn't what I had been expecting at all. There was nothing reminiscent of a map or paths or reflections. It was just me and nothing. I'm sure I could make some jokes here about my head being empty, but I wasn't sure this was a laughing matter, and somehow it's familiar. It feels like sleepwalking. That's what this feels like, except I didn't have the weird sensation of knowing my body was moving when I wasn't controlling it. William? I tried to reach out with my mind or something, but I really didn't know how. I hadn't expected this whole thing to feel like I'd been shoved in a sensory deprivation chamber or into some sort of strange semi-lucid dream. Is this really what my mind looks like from the outside? Because I didn't think I was going to find my way to any way more memories like this. Michiko Melody. I whirled around, or at least I had thought of whirling around. I was desperately trying to scan the darkness for any signs of being somewhere other than nowhere, but that was kind of hard to do when I couldn't even feel my eyes. William? Michiko? I think one stop this now. Who are you? Honestly, who are you? Who who are you? I didn't know why he said that, to be honest. I mean, the music didn't change either, so I don't know if it's a good choice or not, but I'm curious. There shouldn't be anyone else in my head but me. Well, and William at the moment, but that voice was mine, sort of, and I wasn't the one using it at the moment. Unless this was some weird psychic version of me talking to myself, which I couldn't really deny. I might actually do something like that. But this didn't feel like that. There was no way to say it other than it felt like someone else was with me, here, in my own head. And that was never a good sign. Chico Melody. Yeah, I'm here. I mean, this is my head, so the real question is, who are you and why are you here? The sound of raspy laughter rustled around me in a excitingly spooky way. I'm not in your head, you're in mine. What the heck did that mean? In the darkness, I thought I could make something out, a figure. Will you? No, that wasn't him, definitely not. I tried to move toward it, but it was pretty hard when I couldn't exactly feel my body, because I was in my own head. So, yeah, just thinking about how that work kind of hurt my brain a little, so I gave up. Oh shit! All up on my screen. Hello, pretty lady. Regardless, the figure became clear. White hair, black horns, strange torn clothes. Who are you? She turned to face me and my breath caught in my throat. Even though I expected it, that same familiar face, the same one Spencer said he encountered 5 years ago, the same one I'd drawn for so long. I knew that face so well, those crystal blue eyes, those sooty eyebrows and black curved horns. We were standing face to face for the first time. Are you me? What the fuck? What the fuck happened? How did you break inside my brain? I was never you. Splitting pain shot through my entire body, and I felt like everything was spiraling away from me at light speed. Images and sounds cut through the dark, a kaleidoscope of memories moving too fast to comprehend. Michiko! A familiar voice cut through the chaos like a beacon of light. It latched onto me, and we were back in the club room, though I guess we never really left it. The chaos and pain were gone. She was gone. There was just William. The feeling had filled my mind, seeped through every pore, just like the day he'd saved me on the stairs, except even more. He drew me into a tight hug, and I clung to him as I tried to wrap my mind around what had just happened. It's okay, it's okay. Did you see all that, William? I wasn't tripping, am I? I'm sorry. Or not see, but hear, or I don't know. I wasn't prepared for that. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I nearly lost you. Wait, what? I could have died? In my mind? That's frightening. I didn't really know what that meant, given the other things I'd gone through recently that hadn't been as frightening, just a little weird. I'm okay. Oh god, my girl's crying. I'm not down for this. And my nose is really itchy for some reason. William pulled back and touched my face again, wiping away tears. I hadn't even realized I'd been crying. Are you sure? The feeling him started to fade from my mind, and the emptiness left behind him felt a little lonely. Before I realized what I was doing, I leaned into him as if to get the feeling back. I think I've remembered some things, a lot of things actually. It's a lot of information to suddenly remember. Do you know what happened just now? I shook my head. I didn't really, but that woman, real. I knew that was her name. I still wasn't sure how I knew though. Sorting through all the new memories was a little disorienting. Is she gone? She gone like that? William surprised me by pulling me even closer. He was silent for a long time. I could hear the faint thud of his heartbeat through his scarf. It wasn't your mind we ended up in. I pulled back and looked up at him questioningly. Not my mind. His face was troubled. Whose mind were we in? No. I know whose mind we were in. I just don't know how that's possible. Who is she? A fairy. Ryul. I hope I'm saying her name correctly. I think I met her once, a long time ago. William looked away, chewing his lower lip. Do you know that isn't your body? I wish I could be surprised and horrified by that, but somehow it just made sense. If it wasn't my mind, then it couldn't really be my body, and that in itself was kind of horrifying. Well, I can't say why, but I kind of get that feeling just now, though it kind of doesn't make sense, does it? If it's not my body, then why am I in it? I'm not sure, but I realized it as soon as I fully entered your mind, or rather when I tried to enter your mind and ended up somewhere else, with someone else, with her, I guess. She's more anchored to that body than you are. I could tell when I was in her mind. Anchored. I don't understand. He was silent for a moment, as if thinking about how to explain. I think that souls are the purest form of existence. We always think of ourselves in terms of bodies, the part that we can see and hear and feel, but all that we are, all that we know, our memories, our feelings, these things reside in each person's soul. A body is just a physical thing that carries our soul from place to place, a vessel or a container. So all physical beings are just souls attached or anchored to a specific body. Does that make sense? I think so, but you're saying I'm not attached to this body, but she is? So rather than me being possessed, I'm the one doing the possessing? Wait, am I a ghost? Cause that would be really awkward. No, I don't think that's it either. You don't feel like that. Ghost auras are colorless, and you aren't like that. And cryptics don't usually mix well with each other anyway, which is why vampires infect humans, but they can't usually infect werewolves or fae. And ghost possesses humans, but not usually other cryptics. Even if you had passed away and become a ghost, I don't think you'd have been able to easily possess a fae, much less stay in control for so long. There are always exceptions to every rule, but it doesn't seem right. I feel like this should be a big revelation, but instead it's just kind of annoying. It's okay to be upset by something like this. Well, rather than being upset, I guess I've been feeling it for a while, longer than I want to admit. So even though this is all confusing at the same time, I guess I'm not surprised. I chewed my lip as I picked at the edge of my sleeve. In the end, if I go to pieces now, I'll never be able to progress. So I have to just keep thinking logically. He reached for me and gently took my face in his hands. For a moment, I felt it was strange how easily he reached out to me now, compared to how he was when we first met. I mean, we've had a lot of development together. It's not good to keep things bottled up. You've been through a lot in the last few days. It's hard to freak out when things feel so surreal. Besides, I have so many people around me to help. Allie, even Spencer. I covered his hands with my own. You. And you're going through a lot as well. You haven't complained even once. William's thumb moved gently across my cheek. What I'm going through doesn't feel all that bad. Not with you here. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, my heart. But you don't always have to force yourself to be strong. Not in front of me. I'm not forcing it. I'll definitely go to pieces later when all this sinks in. Just promise me you'll be there to comfort me. This is so cute. He turned a little red, smiling slightly. Yes, I will be. What are you two talking about? God damn it. God damn it! We both jumped and moved away from each other lightning speed. Allie was standing in the door watching us with an amused smile. Well, where's Spencer? Oh, Corvin was working today. Spencer was apprehended by our charming club president. Oh dear. Yeah, it was pretty funny, frankly. Corvin wanted to give him a tour of the cafe at the courtyard, take him down to meet Ewan's parents at the bakery, which I cannot wait to go to. Hey, even I didn't get to meet Ewan's parents. I'm pretty sure Corvin's afraid of you, to be honest. Spencer's way scarier than I am. I actually think he just wanted an excuse to ditch work. That seems way more reasonable. Anyway, I think Spencer will find a way to escape soon, so he'll be back. Probably. She shot me a grin. So, what was going on while I was away? Well, things. I looked away completely unsure how to explain anything that had just happened without totally freaking her out. Anyway, oh my god, seriously? What the heck did you do too? Did you two do? You totally did something. In the 10 minutes I was gone, you two absolutely did something terrible, didn't you? Yeah, I didn't think she was gonna let that go. It wasn't terrible, really. She glared at me. That glare that said she was absolutely not letting me getting out of explaining everything to her. What did you do? Well, William took a little peek inside my head in the hopes of locating a few lost memories. And, one thing led to another, and that's how we got here in the story. Allie facepalmed dramatically, just like that, without any supervision, without consulting anyone else. Hey, it's my head. I don't have to ask anyone's permission to look for my own memories. You're such a pain. And William, you really need to start saying no to her. It was actually my idea. Oh god, her recklessness is spreading. I'm not reckless. You're definitely reckless. That was a completely reckless thing to do. That was the very definition of recklessness. How many times are you going to say the word reckless? As many as it takes. Tell me you at least learned something useful. Well, I did remember a lot of stuff. Also, this is in my body, and there's really someone else in here. Okay, so she's still in there. What? Surprise! Well, wait, what? That is true. Michiko seems to be in someone else's body. A fairy's to be exact. Also, I think I know who steals those memories and why. A about the fairy hill. It's still a bit fuzzy, but I know Spencer went inside it and was missing for several days until I went after him. So you remembered that. You knew. Well, I knew Spencer was missing. I mean, I was there for it. We were pretty little, but I still remember it. I obviously didn't know it was because he went inside a fairy hill. That was long before I knew those things were real. How on earth did this stay hidden from us even after all these years? You knew about it. Mom and Dad clearly do. Well, after the whole thing was over, neither of you seemed to remember it at all. You know how that stuff goes. Everyone assumed the two of you blocked it out or something. It's easy to hide stuff like that from kids. You guys weren't exactly checking the news. No one talked about it around you. It was specifically forbidden to mention it. How did it never come up 5 years ago? Your parents really shielded you guys from a lot back then, more than you realized. Man, they must have thought we were cursed. First Spencer, then me. Twice. If Spencer went in the hill, how did you get him back? I think I made a deal with them because they wouldn't let him go otherwise. With the fairies? What kind of deal? Well, I'm pretty sure I offered to take his place. But if that's what happened, why am I still here? Why did they never actually make me take his place? Didn't they? You think they stole just my body? Why would they want my body? That's weird. Even for fairies? Why am I talking about my body like it's a freaking piece of furniture? I don't know, but if you're not in your actual body and body you are in is trying to get back to fairy with you still in it, this is them trying to make me fulfill that bargain. All of this is just the same deal I made with them back then. Oh boy, this might be a little bit beyond our ability to fix. You think? I was so glad Spencer wasn't back yet. If he found out this was all because of him, he'd feel awful. Sorry. Oh, I gotta close up this episode. Not to mention the complete and utter freak out. This is where we're gonna end today's episode off. Because I do not want Spencer to feel guilty whatsoever. We just did it because we love him as siblings. And I don't think I don't think his emotions will be in the right place. Because he's grown up so long disliking us. And to find out he was the cause of all of it, it would just hurt him. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
You touch it, touch it, touch.